Well, this video got outdated before I was even able to publish it. What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to another patch day for Dungeon Defenders 2. Today's hotfix was, for lack of better words, a buggy hotfix to fix a buggy patch that was there to fix a buggy update. So we did get some pretty heavy-duty changes today. Some of the changes I love them, some of the changes I hate them. As with anyone out there that has been using the Petrify Combo over the last couple of weeks, and particularly people who have been using a Venomous Viper Ballista Bite or Plantera's Blessing to self-apply the Petrify Combo to mobs, I'm pretty sure absolutely everyone out there will just straight up willingly admit it was insanely OP. There is no doubt about it. It was quite the game changer in overpowered states in Dungeon Defenders 2. Now, with this in mind, obviously there needed to be some changes, and Petrify got the Nerf bat straight to the face, and it was swung very, very hard at full velocity. Now, Petrify as a combo is still a viable combo, and as you can see clearly here, it's still at a position where it will stop a lane for you. It is now going to do it in a slightly different fashion, and there will be more videos to come about how to effectively apply Petrify. There is no doubt about that for sure. Now let's hop right on into the patch notes and go through some of the goodies that were changed up today. Now first off, this update is only applied for PC and PS4 right at the moment. Xbox One will be receiving it tomorrow. Tomorrow being Friday? Is today Thursday? No, today's Wednesday. So tomorrow being Thursday, May the 2nd. Losing track of the calendar there. So PS4 and PC have it right now. Xbox One is getting it on May 2nd. And let's hop right on into the meat of it. So elemental combos, the poison chip and its combination with earth damage to create Petrify is an awesome addition to the game. I'm reading straight from the patch notes, by the way. Though we performed rigorous testing, we found that there were instances where this combo was overriding every other setup in terms of usage and providing way too much crowd control and power. Like I said, I don't see how anyone out there could disagree with this. Petrify was absurdly overpowered, something needed to be done, and something was done with that mighty Nerf bat today. Now, let's look at what was changed with Petrify itself. Now, Petrify was completely changed, 100%. Petrify now does the same thing it did as far as turning the enemy to stone. However, the taunt mechanic was fully removed. Now, the taunt mechanic was a big aspect of using this particular combo, and to be honest with you, it's really what made the combo fun. Although the combo is still going to be effective and people are still going to find ways to use it effectively, it doesn't have that fun factor that taunt mechanic added. There's nothing cooler than having enemies beat the hell out of each other. It's just good stuff and added a lot of fun to the game. Now what Petrify does now is it turns that enemy to stone and it gives it a debuff where it's going to receive 5% more damage while it's petrified. So the enemies are going to take the damage while it's petrified. It's going to take a 5% increased damage now, but there is no taunt at all. Now, this directly affects several different, I guess, self-proccing Petrify combos, as well as Ballista's Bite, Venomous Viper, and Plantera's Blessing have all been changed. Now, Ballista's Bite is now Burning Bolts, Plantera's Blessing is now Fire Blossom Blessing, and Venomous Vipers is now Fiery Fangs. Now, what does that mean for these mods? Okay, these mods were changed for fire damage. They're no longer poison, so you can't combine them with earth to create that Petrify combo. The only good thing I see about all this is I believe it gives us an opportunity to play with the new Burning Bolts in combination with the new C8 shard, or not new, but returning C8 shard that gives oil to the ballistas. I think this will be fun to play around with, and I'm actually looking forward to playing around with that. I'm going to test it out a little bit today. However, as far as Fire Blossom Blessing, or the new Venomous Viper's Fiery Fangs, it takes these mods, sends them right back to the state they were before. Now, where they were before is they were completely a novelty mod. You actually lost a bit of overall damage output from the defense by using it, and it makes you wonder, are these mods going over to the Junk 10s page in your vault of 10 out of 10 mods that are no longer usable if you have them? Obviously it's usable, obviously it's a novelty. However, as far as effectiveness level, you're going to lose overall damage by using the mod, which, like I said, it returns it to exactly where the mods were before. So these mods are no longer hot items. They're right back to that, not poo stage, but slightly high grade poo stage. So, I mean, you know, you can't compare that to a Chaos Explosion, a Gobsplosion, or a 10 out of 10 Mark NATO chip. However, it's slightly above that. So there is some novelty uses. Like I said, with the Ballista, I'm looking forward to playing around with the Ballista's Bite, or pardon me, the Burning Bolts, and combining it with that Oil Shard to see just what kind of fun we can do igniting enemies, if it even works. I'm anxious to check it out. Now, continuing on along through the patch notes here, Petrify was changed, those 3 mods were changed, and then there was a bunch of bug fixes. Fixed an issue with returning players getting stuck while loading into the game. I didn't see this one particularly, but apparently some folks did, so that should be resolved for you. Another big change is Shocking Revelations and Lingering Hellfire. This, I really, to be honest with you, Lingering Hellfire is right there with the Ballista Bite, Venomous Viper, Planetara's Blessing. It's not a mod that you wanted to use before. It's still not a mod you want to use, so that one's not really any effect. To use that mod, you actually lower the output of the defense by using it. So that mod has been in the poo category and remains in the poo category, so no real big deal that it now changes and will attune that particular relic, or attune your tower, or defense in general to fire damage. Now, Shocking Revelations was changed, however, and that is a very commonly used combo, which was Water and Shocking Revelations. Now, there's still some bugginess with it, and I'm assuming we will get another fix to that in the future, but basically what this means is if you have a defense with Shocking Revelations on it and you want to put Water on it, Water is considered the same thing. It's an attuning mod, so you can no longer put Water. You would have to replace your Shocking Revelations to put the Water on it. You can't put them both on the same relic any longer. Now, like I said, there is still some bugginess with existing relics. However, it is now an invalid mod pairing to have Water and Shocking on the same tower. If you've already got this tower in place, put that relic aside, don't do anything with it yet, and see what happens with any potential changes in the future. Now, another big change, and this was listed as a bug fix. However, for those that have been playing Dungeon Defenders 2 for a long time, you know the history of the Shatter Combo. When the Shatter Combo originally came into play, it one-shot all mobs if a frozen mob was hit with crushing damage. Now, we're talking many years back. This was changed several years ago, and it was changed so that the damage that was done to mobs was based on that mob type. So, like, if a goblin got frozen and then hit with crushing damage, it shattered and one-shot the mob. However, some of the healthier mobs in the game, it would not one-shot them. So this I kind of understand. However, it did get smacked really hard with the Nerf bat. Obviously, the higher you climb in Onslaught, the health of mobs get more, and it increases the effectiveness of the Shatter Combo, because the Shatter Combo was scaling off of a percentage of the mob health based on the mob type. I completely understand this. However, Shatter was now changed where it just does a flat 10% increase in earth damage when shattered instead of doing its scaling. Now, like I said, I completely understand it needed to be changed. Going from 100% on goblins to 10% on goblins, that seems a bit steep. However, it is what it is. Once again, it had effectiveness in scaling with super high onslaught floors and making it so mobs could get hit for just ridiculous amounts of damage when shattered. So, understandable nerf there. It does seem like it was nerfed really, really hard, though. Okay, we already talked about Petrify. Now, another good thing that was added in was Grave Infection is working again. Yay! Not only is it working, it got a little mini buff, as instead of hitting for one time for a specific amount of damage to any of the mobs that were in the area, it is now applying a poison debuff that's going to tick for that same amount of damage over and over again to mobs. So it actually got a little buff out of the deal. The main buff is that it's functioning again. So kudos for getting Grave Infection fixed up. Gots to love it. Now, Dragon's Gaze, one of the new bows. Apparently you couldn't equip shards on it. That is now fixed. Sniper's Kiss, the Gunwitch mod for the snipe, is now fixed in appropriately dealing poison damage. And then there was some bugs related to enemy health going negative. I didn't encounter any of these myself, and assuming they were in regards to super high onslaught and mobs that were getting into the multiple billions of health. Now, another thing, I saved this for last because I wanted to get all the bad stuff out first. What I saved for last is there is now a poison mod being dropped in the game. So you can go out there and get yourself a poison servo, which is going to allow you to attune a tower to poison damage. Now, we don't really know what we're going to be able to do with this yet. Obviously, it's going to be just like adding water damage or fire damage. However, it does add poison damage, which I'm anxious to play around with. I don't have any of the mods yet. The first thing I can say that I want to try it on is Ramsters, just because I think poison Ramsters would be pretty darn cool. That mod we're going to have to do some investigation and, test with and play around with on different defenses. I personally haven't gotten the mod yet, so I have been unable to do any testing with it as it stands right now. Now that will do it for today. There will be some more content coming later on things to do with weapon manufacturers or other defenses. A few things right off the top of my head. Remember, there's still a water elemental shard, so if you just started playing the game, you want to use that weapon manufacturer electrocute, you can still put a relic together by using Shocking Revelations combined with the water elemental shard, which is a Chaos 8 shard, and still get a effective version of the old electrocute weapon man's effect that we used to be able to apply. Now, in addition to that, one thought right off the top of my head is I think most people who went and did up their Sand Vipers have already got Earth Servo on them. Now, we know Fiery Fangs is now back to the novelty status, and I personally am more than willing, I guess, to just throw that mod in the trash, as it is no longer going to be something I'm super excited about using. So I've got what could potentially be a really good wombo combo for killing flyers, as even with the new Petrify system, it is a flyer killer. Particularly if you have any flyers over top of a pit or water or anything that instant kills. The Petrify combo is still going to drop flyers out of the air. So, snakes and PDTs, 70 DU, what in my opinion could be a one-shot flyer killing combo for 70 DU, particularly as you push higher in Onslaught. That sounds like a pretty darn good deal right there. I'm not sure if I'm going to make the jump yet, as I do have a 10 out of 10 Fiery Fangs. I may end up just putting this relic aside for now and playing with it with different stuff later. Obviously, that Earth Servo is going to do me no good on it. And I can play with Fiery Fangs as a novelty and save a defense rate in a Fiery Fangs 10 out of 10. Or I can play with the Vipers in another regard and keep Earth Servo and keep defense rate and trash Fiery Fangs. So I'm going to end up doing one of the two. I don't want to make any rash decisions there. So for now, I am just going to put that relic aside and let it sit how it is. However, that will do it for this update. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to click that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Like I said, there's going to be some more stuff regarding this update incoming in the very near future. So thank you all once again, and I will see you soon. Take it easy.